This is KUGAN CASSIUS for Eiffel TV in association with MTK Global. It's 12:15.
20 past.
20 past 12. Not in the day, in the night.
In the AM.
In the AM. I'm joined by Adam Booth, who has a huge night tomorrow night, and decided to come and sit with me, do this interview. Now, why don't you want to do this tomorrow? Why?
So we're actually now pretending that I want to be here.
You do want to be here.
So you didn't come and drag me from sitting down in the bar with my friends having a soda and lime.
Do you want to have this out now? You longed me off yesterday. You long me off tonight till after midnight.
And you've eventually
and I'm still
collared
here.
me as I'm going to bed.
I'm still here, like
okay.
a little, like a girlfriend that you don't want anymore. Like, Adam, here I am. Look at me.
Yeah, but now you're getting 3 million views a week. You're just walking around everywhere saying 3 million views a week. I don't need you. I've got 3 million views a week.
No, that's not.
You've said it. I've seen you say it 5 times to people.
Don't lie. Don't lie. Well, you can't lie on IFL.
I can't interview this time. I've got 3 million views a week. But do it next time.
Never.
Where are we going?
How are you?
Yeah, tired.
It's very tiring. Appreciate your time as always. So Eddie Hearn in the press conference.
Nice thing to say.
I do.
But do you actually appreciate it?
I actually do. Okay. I appreciate everyone who gives us time.
That's
everyone.
Nice.
But you more so.
You're giving it the whole sincere thing now.
I'm sincere.
Okay.
Bitch. Eddie Hearn said in the press conference the other day, and you didn't really react to this, but he said that this may be tomorrow night if, hopefully for you, Ryan Burnett is successful as IBF champion. It might be your most satisfying moment. And considering how many satisfying moments you've had in your career as a trainer, that would be quite some statement. But you didn't really comment on that. So is that true?
Ask me after tomorrow.
Could it potentially be?
Why? But I didn't comment it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about that.
Let's talk about the moment where, I like this, I really do, the picture, you two together, telling him the news.
There's actually a video.
Oh, a video. But I've seen the screen shots of the pictures. But he was talking about that yesterday, Ryan, and I want you to tell me your side. Just that moment, that bond.
Well, he'd boxed, and then he had some things to deal with, family, and there was a family friend that passed away, and so he went off, and he didn't want to know anything about boxing, and he was gone for about 2.5 weeks. And when he came back, he got back right back to the house late at night, and I'd been hanging on, telling him about this fight for a week, and so he got up in the morning. He came down and he was drinking a coffee when I walked into the kitchen. I said to him, "Are you awake?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Right, are you ready to listen to what I've been dealing with?" He was like, "Yeah," because he was over what he was dealing with, and so I just had a picture made up, like him and Haskins, the date and whatever, and just showed it to him. I said, what I said was, sometimes pictures speak more than 1,000 words. And then just showed him the picture, and I was just watching him, and he got all emotional. Got all emotional, you know. That was supposed to be Geordie. That's only because I'm hanging around with Josh Kelly too much.
Right. But you probably saw the emotion in his face unfold in front of your very eyes. It must have been a nice thing.
It was, yeah. It was very nice. He deserves this opportunity. He really does.
Lee Haskins. Again, Eddie Hearn summed it up. He's kind of been there and he's done this now. And speaking to him yesterday, he said that he hasn't really got anything left to accomplish now. He's become world champion, which most boxers never do. Very small percentage. But he's still going to give Ryan a very tough fight tomorrow night. I'm
not buying into any of the humble, satisfied frame of mind. He's come to fight. He's come to box. He's come to do what he does. That's what he's come to do. And so, I'm not having anything else other than, in our mind's eye, other than the best Lee Haskins can produce, because that's what mentally Ryan's preparing for.
You believe that Ryan Burnett can stop Haskins tomorrow?
Don't think about that. Don't go into a fight relying on an opponent having a weakness of not being able to take a shot or not being able to last a distance. Don't do that. You go in there thinking that they're bigger, stronger, better than they actually are. You visualise that, and you prepare yourself mentally for it. If the fight goes early, the fight goes early. But one thing I drill into my fighters is that they have to be ready for anything, from the first bell to the last.
But regardless of, obviously you have a team around you that contributes in their ways to training everyone, but this is obviously the most amount of fighters that you've kind of had under your banner, obviously.
Right.
So is that a more satisfying thing than when you were training just one or two fighters, or not?
I don't know. I don't think about it like that. I do what I think is right, and I do what I feel I want to do. And obviously at this moment in time, it's just having a few more fellas in the gym. There's a good vibe in the gym, great sparring, and I'm happy. I mean, I'm really happy. I'm as happy as I ever have been with the work that I do. So.
Are you looking to acquire more fighters?
I never look to acquire fighters. It just kind of happens. And you can never say never, right? I said after, when Andy Lee won the world title, I remember saying that I'm not going to personally be too invested in fighters again, that, you know, I'll coach or manage, but I kind of give a lot of myself and my time outside of boxing because we become friends. But with Andy, it was like such a roller coaster of getting him to the world title fight. I'm like, right, that's it. After your career's done, it's going to be strictly business, no personal involvement. And then along popped Ryan Burnett with his wee Belfast charms, and here I go again.
How many fighters do you think you've turned down over the last couple of years? I don't know. Quite a lot, would you say?
I don't know. I wouldn't say turned down. It's like something.
Not turned down, but decided that wasn't going to work for you. A few?
A few?
I know 6.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you probably know more than me.
We'll talk to you about the situation with Billy Joe. Very unfortunate situation. What do you know about it?
Don't know anything about it. Someone showed me, it wasn't you, was it? Someone showed me something yesterday about Kurt Seed being arrested as part of a big organisation, and that's it. That's all I know. But I'm solely focused on tomorrow night.
So you've not spoken to Billy Joe?
Spoken to him.
Yeah.
But not since this news came out.
I want to ask you something. Do you know from 2 weeks ago, I spoke to you after the Kell Brook fight, in his defeat to Errol Spence. Talking to Chris Eubank, I don't know if you've seen this interview, you probably haven't. Interviewed Chris Eubank Jr. the other day, and he said, he was talking about Kell Brook, in his words, quitting in that fight. And he said that he would never ever quit in a fight. This is what Chris Eubank said. So he said, quote Chris Eubank, I'm talking to you like this now because now I'm saying it, I definitely can't do it. And it kind of baffled me a little bit that a fighter who hasn't been in that situation that Kell Brook was in, like Chris Eubank, can actually come out with something like that. What do you think about that?
Junior or senior?
Junior.
Right.
Junior. What do you think about that?
I think it's certainly a reflection of his frame of mind. I know that he's tough. I know that he's taken some beatings. He was thrown in the deep end by his dad and had to survive. And so I guess he's giving his opinion on. This is referring to a tweet that he put out where he's saying, I don't understand why someone would do that.
And give their belt up. I think that's in
maybe he doesn't understand it because he feels that that's not what he would do. He wouldn't take a knee. But, you know, it's easy to have opinions on what other people do, but everyone's individual, and only in each individual knows what they go through. And if he says that he wouldn't do that, so what? So he wouldn't do that. There's other fighters that would do it.
Can you not really answer unless you've been in that situation, right?
Every situation is its own unique one, and you can make comparisons if you want, and you can pass. Everyone likes having an opinion and passing judgment. The fact of the matter is that Kell Brook was the IBF welterweight champion, and he lost to a very, very special talent. And he's been at that level, and that's how his fight panned out. Judge it, money. It was what it was, and it was a great fight too.
Some people are saying that the corner should have done something before. Is that fair to say that or not?
The easy thing to do is to pass criticism.
The corner, yeah.
Easiest thing to do, but when you're in the moment, none of us get it right 100% of the time. All of us think, okay, I might have done that, but we make the decisions. We all make decisions based on what we believe is right at that moment in time. Everyone likes to judge nowadays, and everyone likes to have an opinion, but it's irrelevant because everyone's got their own path, and just do what you think is right.
But the fact of the matter is, no one knows Kell Brook from a boxing term better than Dominic Ingle.
Right.
So he's the best person.
So he is the best qualified person to
make that call.
Yeah.
It's interesting, yeah. I brought it up because I'm still a little bit baffled by what he was saying.
Yeah, you look troubled by it.
No, I wasn't. He was kind of basing it around him. Now he's saying it to me. This is what he was stressing. Now he's saying it to me. He's going to use that and refer back to this video. This is what he was saying. To a reason why he cannot quit in the ring. I was like,
I'm sure he doesn't need to refer back to a video to prove his fighting worth and his fighting resolve. And I'm pretty sure that if a fight gets difficult in round 9, 10, he might be cut, he might have been dropped. He's not going to sit down in between rounds and say, do us a favour, get that KUGAN CASSIUS into you up quickly.
I didn't mean that.
I'm going again.
I didn't mean that.
That's what the words refer to.
No, but I'm saying, well, that's what
who cares? It doesn't matter. Kell Brook was world champion. He lost his title to a very, very good fighter. End the chat. In a great fight.
All right.
You and your trash talk.
What trash talk?
Don't frown at me, though.
It's actually a serious topic I was talking about.
It's not a serious topic. It's the opinion of one person.
No, it isn't. Listen, you can say that about anything we're talking about in boxing.
Exactly. It's all irrelevant.
All right.
Let's talk. There's so much else that we can talk about.
What can we talk about? Go on.
Well, you want me to do your job for you now?
Yeah, I would actually.
What should I talk about? Let's talk about Mike Perez.
Let's talk about Mike Perez.
Who's lost 70 pounds.
Looks well as a cruiserweight.
I was shocked at what I saw. No, you're not interested in that. Okay.
No, but if you're gonna talk to me honestly, talk to me about your relationship with Mike Perez.
My relationship with him?
Yeah.
We have a cuddle. We have a laugh.
You had a little cuddle today.
That's where it's at. We're friends.
Yeah, you said he liked you actually.
Well, you seem surprised.
No, I was just saying.
You like me.
Do I like you?
I'm not asking. I know you like me. You keep hugging me in public. I tell you, it's not good for the interviews. People think we hate each other. You've got to keep the facade up.
I don't think we've ever hated each other. Interesting about Mike Perez, some of the things he was saying today.
What did he say?
Well, people on social media suggesting that he's taking drugs, and it really aggravated him. I think there's just a few idiots on Twitter. I don't think it's.
You're saying there's a few idiots on Twitter?
Apparently so. But
it's one of the things. Like I was having a conversation with that today. But it doesn't matter what people think. It does not matter. I'm sure I've referred to a pattern on a carpet before being more important than the opinion of others. And we've got these little mobile phones now, these devices, and we're sitting at home with our front door shut at the end of the night, and all of a sudden, 100 people can come into our living room and give us an opinion on something that we've never met before, that haven't spent a second in our company. And I don't get how someone can someone comes into their living room through their phone and go, this fella says I've been using drugs. That's not true. Relax. How can you let that get to you? For the life of me, I don't get why people are so sensitive to the opinion of others, and it tickles me on a daily basis.
Well, funnily enough, being a social media expert like I am,
you are, yes.
I was actually guru, kingpin of social media. I was actually trying to tell him that ignore it, Mike.
But you're sensitive to people's opinions.
I used to be.
You're saying you toughened up?
Just a little change.
Are you completely...
There's a twinge.
Right. But you are still sensitive to the opinion of others. You are. You're a sensitive soul.
I get dug out because of people I'm interviewing sometimes. So people might not like Eddie Hearn, for example. So I get the third party attack.
You're very popular.
No.
You are very popular.
No.
There was a really sweet moment up in Sheffield when we were standing outside the hotel the other week, and this fella saw you from across the street. You haven't told anyone this?
No. You can tell me. I
Fella
don't remember it.
So. You don't remember this? So there's you, Richard and me standing outside the hotel in Sheffield,
yeah.
and this fella screams from the other side, KUGAN! And he puts his arms up and gets your attention, screams Kenny has a picture, makes a beeline for you, and says, can I take the picture? And you very politely said, yes I can. He sort of opened his phone and turned around and handed it to me and said, mate, can you take this picture for me please? Well, now you remember, right? So I got the phone, it tickled me, so I got the phone, and I lifted up the phone, and he looked at you, posed for the picture, and he said, oh, I love your interviews, especially those ones with Adam Booth, like that, and stood there posing for the picture. I took it, didn't I? And then I handed him his phone back.
And then he went, oh my God, it's you, Adam!
But that was really sweet. I was hoping he didn't say anything, that he just disappeared. Are you famous? You superstar.
No.
You superstar.
What's wrong with the world? Actually is...
What, that people like you get accolades and recognised?
100%. Do you know the world?
You're saying that's what's wrong with the world?
That's what's wrong with the world. Yeah.
Now we're getting somewhere.
I was in Repton, yeah. I was in Repton, and I was standing, and I was talking to Darren Barker. A young boy comes up to us, and I'm like convinced. Darren Barker's former IBF middleweight champion, regardless, and not even that long ago. What, 5 years ago? Kid comes up to me, he goes, KUGAN, and the same thing. Darren didn't say Darren. Said, could you take the photo? Went away. I said to Darren, exactly the same thing. This is what's wrong with the world, where you are an IBF middleweight champion. That fight with Daniel Gill is like a Rocky story. I went, I hold a camera. Let's put it into perspective. This little kid doesn't know you, Darren. He should know you. You didn't win the world title in like the 40s. He should know you. But anyway, this is what is wrong with the world. It's true though, isn't it?
So where are we going?
No, I'm just saying.
So you're now addressing all the people that watch your videos.
Yeah, just don't like me.
Well, that's just going to make it. Now you're doing that whole passive aggressive thing.
No.
That's to endear you to them, so they do like
no,
it.
It's not.
You are a lovable fella.
But talking about you.
Talk about you.
I'm switching it now. But you're one that's never ever really been about you. If that makes any sense.
I haven't been about
Trainers
me.
get accused, don't they, of somehow taking... Listen, I'm going to say it is. People have accused, like Joe Gallagher, of being... I don't know what even the term is, because Joe Gallagher gets asked a question, he talks about his fighters. So I don't see what the problem is there. But Joe himself has been accused of making it more about him than the fighters, shall we say.
Who accused him of that?
People have done it. I've spoke to Joe about it in that interview we done when we was in Glasgow.
And what did he say?
I can't remember what his response was, but I don't think it was very polite. But
did he get a bit upset? Right. So, but where are we going with this?
We're going with this. I was talking about you.
We were talking about you and the whole social media.
We've talked about it, though.
Society that we now live in.
It's trash talk. We've talked about it.
Okay.
It is. Have you got anything else you'd like to add about that?
Have you got any actual questions?
I genuinely think it is ridiculous.
Have you got any actual questions? Let's see if we can actually get a question out of you.
No, because you was actually discussing it. I was answering.
I'm getting really confused now with this conversation, and we're 20 to 1 in the morning now. Have we really been going for that long?
No, 20 minutes. I've got it on here. 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You were telling people how lovable I was, yeah, carry on.
You are. You have a good
soul. I must be lovable, and you must like me to have me in your house.
You have a good, sensitive soul. Have you in my house?
You had me in your house. You don't have people in your house, do you? You're very private and keep yourself to yourself.
Can't let the family in every now and again.
Yeah, family aside, I'm just saying, you have your immediate close surroundings, entering, and then... Yeah, but I was...
We had a nice night, come on. Because you're going to show all of this and it's going to be painful.
Why is it going to be painful?
Because we're just chatting crap. Come on, pep it up a bit. Ask me something of significance. that shows a bit of intelligence.
You're saying I've got no intelligence?
I didn't say that. I just said show a bit. So defensive.
Okay, Mike Perez. We didn't really finish on Mike Perez.
We did. He looks in fantastic shape. I'm really curious to see how he's going to look tomorrow as a cruiserweight, because if he's got fight in him and he's got himself in that condition, Mike Perez as a cruiserweight he's a bad dude, and that's a frightening proposition for the cruiserweight division if he's got the fight in him, having got himself to that condition.
Does he beat any of like the top 3 or 4 cruiserweights?
Yeah.
Yes.
If he's got the desire and the fight in him, in that condition, I know what Mike can do. I know what he can do when he's 70 pounds too heavy. So it's going to be an interesting one.
Tony Bellew tweeted tonight and said he'd put him in the top 5 straight away, even before he's had a fight, a cruiserweight.
I agree with him. Tony knows his boxing.
Does he beat like Gassium and Usyk?
Look, Tony knows his boxing. I know Mike. I know a little bit about boxing, and I'm agreeing with Tony. Mike Perez is a weapon at cruiserweight.
I'm not disputing that.
And tomorrow's going to be interesting to see how he moves, how he performs, what his punch speed is like, what the tenacity of everything he does is like. I'm very curious to see it.
I like Mike Perez.
Probably got one of the most incredible backstories of anyone I've known, and it's a film and a book, isn't it?
He didn't really want to talk about that tonight. He said he wanted to wait until after the fight tomorrow before he spoke anything about all that stuff.
Spend some time with him.
Yeah.
If you can touch him with the KUGAN gold, I think people will be entertained with what they see from him.
I think so. I think so.
It'll definitely add a new dimension to the type of stuff that you put out, because Mike's a bit of a unique character.
Yeah. Talks good English as well compared to like 5-6 years ago. I ain't doing that outside Pricefighter. At Pricefighter, not outside Pricefighter. At Pricefighter. Where he fought Ty Fields. Do you remember Ty Fields? 7 foot, 30 fights, 30 knockouts. All 28 of them inside the first round. What a record that was.
We could get you to that.
Do you think?
No.
If you was to train me, do you think you could get me to win the Southern Area title?
No.
What about a challenge belt? No disrespect to the challenge belt holders, because some of them are my friends. What about a challenge belt?
What is a challenge belt?
Well, it's a belt.
I challenge you to a belt. Why, I don't know. I honestly don't know what.
I think it replaced. You probably don't deal with fighters with these belts now. That's the thing. You're like British standard upwards, aren't you? You ain't even been a Southern Area champion, have you? Or Central Area champion?
I've had a Southern Area champion.
Let me think. Johnny Garton. Lewis Petit.
They're not my fighters. They're Alan Smith's fighters.
You managed Johnny Garton, though, didn't you?
To help him at a period of his career, yeah.
Didn't he win a Southern Area?
But that's nothing to do with me. As a
who was your Southern Area champion?
Gary Logan.
Gary Logan? Old school. Like Gary. Gary's a nice fella.
English champion.
Go on.
David Hay.
Is David Hay English champion? It's nice, isn't it? Alright, so I take that back about you only worrying about. But look up the challenge belt anyway.
Okay. I've never had a challenge belt champion.
What's your plan now then?
I want to go to bed, KUGAN.
Talk some more. Talk some more.
Come on, wind it up. Where are we going with this?
Alright, okay.
Where are we going?
You turn it weird. Have you got anything to ask me?
Basically, what you're saying is, please make it weird.
Don't make it weird.
I get you. I hear what you're saying, but I can see your facial expression as well. No, you're all like, don't make it weird.
No, don't make it weird.
I could not make it weird by saying, good night, God bless, lots of love, Terry Tibbs, I'm off to bed.
Okay.
Stop scratching yourself so much. You fidget all the time.
I'm tired. What's it all about, eh? What's life all about, Adam?
Really?
Get up in the morning.
Really?
What is it all about?
It's just an experience, isn't it? which is an experience of continual energy and vibration. And we experience ourselves subjectively, and we think we're important, and we're not.
We're not, are we? No. What is important?
Well, we could get really deep now, couldn't we? We could start talking about spiritual things. And
if you believe in that, yeah.
I do. I believe in energy and spirituality. I believe in being kind and generous to people. That's what I believe in.
Helping those that could do nothing for you.
It's a good way of judging a person. You can judge. I tend to form an opinion of what people are like, firstly on their actions, but also by their children and by the company they choose to keep. You kind of get a good impression of what people are like.
I don't agree with that.
I don't care whether you agree with it or not.
I'm not saying you do. You don't have to bite. I'm just saying I don't agree with
Was that me biting?
What? Biting?
Oh, you want
the wrong
something?
Word.
Huh?
Biting was probably the wrong word. Hold
So-
tight.
so
Hold
you-
tight 1 second. There we go. I wasn't biting. I was just saying I don't really agree with that. I don't think you can judge someone.
I didn't say judge. I said start to form an opinion of what somebody might be
Based
like.
on
But we're not talking about black and white specifics. We're talking about
No.
sort of perceptions. You said, what's life all about? Are you struggling with anything?
I'm struggling in life.
Why?
Just that.
Are you healthy?
Yes, I think so.
Are you happy?
No.
Are you secure?
Yes. What's secure though? Adam Booth secure or KUGAN CASSIUS secure?
Look, all we need, we need three
Go on,
things at the
go
end of the day. We need health, happiness and security.
Okay.
If we have our health, we should be grateful for it. If we have happiness, it means that we're perceiving things the right way. Security, we need food in our belly, a roof over our head, right? We need the basic essentials. If you have those three things, the least you need to achieve those three things, the wealthier you are. And you're saying you're not happy.
I have 2 of those 3.
Why aren't you happy?
I don't want to talk about that. I don't. It's got nothing to do with boxing. And people go, it's got nothing to do with boxing.
You said, what's life about? That's got nothing to do with boxing.
I'm just saying in general. No. Are you happy?
Your viewers care about you. How many million viewers you get a week?
I don't know. Averages.
About 3, is it?
2-7. I'll round it off to 3. Are you happy?
Yeah.
Are you secure?
I have food in my belly and a roof over my head.
And a sick car. No, I'm not. Do you know what? I'm not unhappy and I'm not happy. So where does that put me? I'm not unhappy or happy.
What would make you happier?
Nothing materialistic. Nothing to do with money.
Love? Do you need to be loved?
I'm loved by my mum and my dad. But that's where you got to start. That's the first people to ever love you, surely, aren't they? And they're probably the last people to love you as well. Is that right? All right. Well, listen. I'm gonna do you a favour now by bringing this to an end. Adam Booth, best of luck tomorrow night. We'll see what happens tomorrow night. But you will answer my question tomorrow night, yeah? After the fight.
Don't talk about after the fight till after the fight. First rule about Fight Club.
Don't talk about Fight Club.
First rule about after the fight.
Talk about it after the fight.
Yeah, don't talk about after the fight.
Till after the fight.
Till after the fight.
Alright, okay. This has been KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV with Adam Booth. What's the time? Oh, can we play a game? Quick game. Quick game. Quick game. I'm going to say 6 things, and you've got to say the first thing that comes into your head. Yes.
Okay. If I don't like any of them, I'm walking. Go.
Eddie Hearn.
Nice fella. I like him.
But it was too slow because you thought about it.
Sorry, I didn't realise that was. I didn't realise. I thought you were going to say like I don't know something a bit more abstract than a person.
Right.
Start again.
Okay. Andy Lee.
Real gent. You don't know what you want to ask me.
No, I do, but okay. I can see you're taking.
Why are you doing these big lean backs and thrusting forward with your head?
No, I'm only joking about this game. What I need to really have is a list.
You mean what you need is a bit of prep?
Yeah, I just.
You sort of lurch around a hotel looking really sullen and miserable, occasionally smoking a cigar, and then coming in and sort of miserably asking me to do an interview.
No, I didn't.
I'll ask you. I'm going to say 5 things to you. You give me the first thing that comes into your mind. You want to do it?
Go on.
You sure you want to do it?
Yeah.
No, we'll do it.
No, go on. No, we'll do it. Give me 2 or 3.
I'm going to say something that's going to make you feel really awkward, and it's going to come to an end anyway.
Go on, do it.
Chris Eubank.
Lovely. That's the first thing that comes to my head. I must mean it.
Wow. Your Range Rover.
Haven't got it.
Marriage.
No.
Children.
Maybe.
Most important thing to you.
Yeah.